No, it's I think it's common. So it depends on, obviously it's always about time and delivery. So if you have enough time, and I told to Federico, I think as well, someone asked, if you have enough time to think about the whole through the whole thing and set up everything properly, then you save time later. But if you don't have time for doing this right now at the moment, then you just build stuff and then you have to spend time later to fix it. So it's either way, it's gonna be time. So not doesn't matter when. It's just up to the project.
Yeah, I mean, no, I really like the way you're doing things with the Sing for Needs. Though it seems like in the long run, it's going to be, like you're saying, much easier to maintain, and it's kind of like seeing. I mean, I guess like we have time, we have the time now if we wanted to do slowly for the website one front end, but it's just like I don't know, it kind of like came out of the middle of nowhere, and anyways,
Sure.
I don't want to derail your guys's your guys' pairing session. I just I felt like we're doing something really similar, even though we're working on different projects. So I thought I'd join in. And,
no, we do. Yep. Go ahead.
Yeah, maybe he was, maybe Matt felt lonely, or it's not bad to feel lonely,
No. Yeah, I mean, I could put my music on, and I could hang out by myself, like working on React. But then I'm like, well, they're working on React as well, so I might as well join.
Sure, the Sing for needs extra help always.
I actually worked on Sing for Needs. On Monday this week, I was doing trying to get set up with the back end.
Oh, cool!
Helping out with the PR for the back end, which I think maybe I'll carry on with on Monday. But
oh, that's nice. We have no clue about that.
I can't exactly like. I don't know if it's going to be possible to deliver the MVP in the next 12 days. And if not, I guess okay. But like it would be. It's nice to like for those of us who are like new to working with as programmers, like it's nice to have like kind of realistic things that are like deadlines, because that's something developers have to deal with, and trying to meet deadlines, even if they're kind of fake deadlines,
Yeah. For the website one, it's just something that Sam made up, right? So there's no.
Actually, João is like the product manager at the moment. And he said like he lined out what he considers to be the MVP, which doesn't contain nearly all the functionality like that the actual site has. Like one of the things that I think that we need to do that we're not talking about yet is like there's no way to create events or create projects or or edits or anything like that. That's not part of the MVP. It's just like being able to see events that exist, being able to see projects that exist and users that exist, but like not being able to create them. So, and obviously that would be something we would want, but like for the MVP, he laid out like what he considers to be the MVP, and then said like he wants it done in 2 months, So, I mean, it seems like maybe I'm the only one that's taking that seriously, but anyways, like I kind of already said why I'm trying to do that.
That's really nice, and you're working on really hard. So, yeah, I hope you can succeed in the end, honestly. So,
yeah, for sure.
All right.
And what are you guys going to work on today? You have a issue that you're already working on?
Yeah, we need to fix tests.
Fix the test. Oh, nice.
Awesome. Then was we can hear you then.
Yeah.
So Dan was working on it last week.
I figured it out. So
yep.
Oh, no.
But now I just need some help with go over one more time creating the pull request with me, and
let's do this. Yeah, cool. It's good that you figured it out. Actually, I was asking you, but then I wasn't sure if you figured it out or not because so then you haven't replied then. So I was like, okay, maybe we will do it now. But then if you did it actually, then that's cool.
Yeah, I've been really busy at work this week.
Sure.
I just kind of did it just a little while ago.
Awesome. I realized that we are not using enzyme yet, actually, and probably that's something we're gonna do soon. But I remember that Federico was also commenting on the ticket that don't do it with enzyme yet, just wait for it until we have the basics. So let's do it that way, and let's see what.
So, hey Matt, can you help me with this
Sure.
this VLC screen share thing again?
Yes.
Because like, so I put this I put that command in the command line, but it's showing something funky. It's like a mix of both monitors. So do I need to change the top and left to like based on what my monitor setup is? Like if I want to display the second monitor?
Yeah, what do you it's showing like, because I have for the screen FPS, I have 20, which you have as well. I have screen top 200, and you have only 32. I'm not sure.
200.
Yeah. And then
is
I have like
from the top of the monitor, or like, you know, what the...
I'm not 100% sure. I mean, you could try just like let me see, copying in this command and then go changing things one at a time and seeing. I mean, I guess you changed that to the screen height to 1000 from 768 because that was like maybe you have a bigger monitor than I do.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. Yeah, that's like the screen width and height is set to the monitor like specs or whatever, but
yeah, okay, so maybe you can leave it at the same, but then maybe the screen, when you say it's showing both, it's showing like down the middle, so you have like on the left you have the monitor, on the right you have the
laptop screen.
Laptop,
yeah, or well, the other way around, yeah. But yeah.
I mean, the other thing is like Peter's there, I think, rolling his eyes like you people with Linuxes.
No, I'm not. It's completely unrelated. It's actually I'm checking the tickets in the SFM. it's completely. I know that you are trying to fix the setups. No, it's completely something else.
Okay, there it is.
Let me try.
The other thing is that I'd be interested maybe in trying is trying that other solution that person said was maybe even better, which was using
oh yeah, webcam, fake webcam.
Yeah, like using using FFmpeg. FFmpeg. I think you should better work on it. Just need to create a fake webcam. Shows.
Let me see here.
Are you gonna watch the All-Star game, Matt?
Is that today? No, it's tomorrow. No.
Tomorrow. Yep.
Yeah, I watched the Rising Stars game, the World versus USA. You saw my boy Kuzma going home with the MVP. Huh?
Yeah, I hope he's gonna continue in this form.
I don't know, man. It looks like we might miss the playoffs, huh? 57 games played, and we have like more losses than we have wins.
Not a good stat. Not a good stat. I don't know. I think there's still hope. Honestly, they have to take it seriously. That's the whole thing. Like this is not just like I don't know. We just play. No, this is actually now it's gonna go serious. So it's
yeah. I mean, I think LeBron's gonna be a different player after the break, and they need to get Lonzo back. They're like the number 7 ranked defense, in the league when they had Lonzo, and now they're like 29th, you know. And even when LeBron went down, they actually started playing defense better without LeBron. So it doesn't have to do with like, I think it has everything to do with missing Lonzo Ball. Like, I knew he was a good defender, but like when you see numbers like that, it's like, wow, you know, he makes the entire team better defensively, you know.
Yeah.
So he's not going to get back till March, you know. And right out of the gate, we have like the first 5 games is really brutal, you know. And like the strength of our schedule is much more difficult than the Clippers, for example. And the Clippers, everyone thought they were tanking, but they don't seem to be. They seem to be still winning. So and you know, I mean, yeah, Sacramento has a pretty tough schedule left as well. So I think we have a chance of going past them. But
I
don't know, you know.
Sacramento is doable for sure, I think. But yeah, the Clippers, let's see.
Oh, I guess I was hoping to get these. I was telling Mike I was dealing with like this week. I dealt with a lot of like you know, like working on issues and then like develop changing and then needing to like work through the and so I was trying to like wait till stuff gets merged in, but then but then stuff's not getting merged in, and I need to work, you know. What am I gonna do?
Yeah, I don't know. Do you have some kind of like threshold until like how many days? Because I know that in some teams, like in developer teams, they usually have like a rule that nothing can stay in without. So you open a PR, and the max amount of days it can stay like that is like 2 or 3 days max. And if it doesn't, then sometimes it's even automatically trying to merge in, or you know, so this kind of stuff, or blocking the whole, you know, Kanban, and no one can move tickets, and this kind of stuff is happening. So this is like a force.
Yeah, it forces you to actually take.
Yeah.
No, I mean, we don't have anything like that. I mean, to be honest, like Joao's been really, really good at like getting stuff merged in, but it's like, yeah, there's like, I don't know. He likes the rebase them technique, you know, and then like, and I hate rebasing, man. Like, I mean, Mike's just like, you maybe you just need a different attitude towards rebasing, and I'm like, yeah, I tried that, you know. I was like, no, it's gonna be a good skill for me to learn, and I kind of get it, you know, and then you don't have to squash and merge, but then I spent like this week, I think like 4 hours like rebasing different branches, and then in the end, like, I still had merge conflicts, and I needed to like, I need to pull, and it's like so much easier just pulling the changes from develop, work through the merge conflicts, and then you have a commit that says merge, develop, whatever. But then I don't know if you need to squash and merge it, fine, whatever, squash and merge it. Like, I feel like if I'm spending, I already need to spend like hours of time to develop the thing, and I spend hours of time to test the thing. I feel like I shouldn't really need to spend hours of time to like worry about like rebasing, you know. But
yeah, I think that's an unnatural part of Git, but sometimes it's inevitable. So I get it.
Well,
I think it's unhealthy.
I was reading some stuff about it, and the person was like, "This is how you rebase," and then it was like the whole article and stuff, and then it's like, and at the end, don't rebase.
Yeah, it's not really natural. Like, that's not healthy. This shouldn't how it happens. You know, it's. Yeah. You can lose a lot.
Daniel, did you? Sorry, I was trying that other FM MPEG, but I don't know. Like the first command I ran said like, you don't have like the module that it was looking for, and I don't know if it's a module I need to install, or I'm not really sure. But did you get that to work at all, or no?
Looks. How's it look?
Good. Looks really nice. Huh? I like the screen.
All right.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, that looks great.
Okay.
Sweet.
How big is the screen?
How big?
Yeah, 50 inches.
I don't know.
It's the Texas size screen, Mike. What?
Yeah. I'd love to move to Texas, you know.
Yeah. Actually, it could be really fun if we could be in the same place somewhere and working on some projects when we are actually, you know, like real collaboration. You know?
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. maybe in the future the weekend collaborations will turn out to be a very huge company.
Yeah, it might be.
And then we'll afford to travel to Floripa.
Oh, that would be awesome.
In Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know how long. I mean, I plan on going back to Floripa, but the idea is that maybe this year I'm gonna maybe this year or next year I'm gonna move from Floripa.
So,
yeah.
Yes, I ultimately I'd like to get to Hawaii by 2020. You know. Well, 2020. Yeah, 2020 sometime. I'll be there.
This year I might go to Floripa actually, Matt. This year.
Really? Oh,
yeah. I wish so. Let's see.
Yes, that'd be great. I'll show you around the town.
How to brew.
I hope a lot changed since then.
It's not I mean, there's not much to it. It's just like the beach, and I mean there's some nice places to go out. We don't really go out very much, but like
okay,
yeah.
Have you been to Mio Secchi?
What's that?
Have you been to Mio Secchi?
Mio Secchi? No.
It's a club in the central.
Ah, really? No,
yeah.
Been there.
There's
a place that we've been. I guess they closed now. That's like I can't remember the name of it now.
Yeah, Matt doesn't like expensive drinks at the club. He brews better beer.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably because
I'm gonna.
Yeah, the typical Brazilian beer is terrible, by the way. Like telling Mike and Daniel, it's really bad. Yep.
They have a good craft beer scene now, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, they have a beer festival in downtown today and tomorrow, and I think maybe tomorrow we're gonna go. We're kind of like weighing like whether we want to spend money or not, and because the thing is, we're like, I'm earning okay money, but like the thing is that like if I were spending it here, but the thing is when you're like planning to move to the United States, then it's like you're trying to save dollars, and then it's like
yeah,
kind of difficult.
Sure.
What are you gonna do? I think we'll go and have a couple beers at least. You gotta support the local craft brew scene.
Cool.
Yeah, you have to.
Then you have your. What did you figure out? Like.
Yeah. Okay. So the reason like it was failing is because like for some reason if you have this capitalized. And it's like not it's like you're defining about here and so therefore it's not like using this that you imported
interesting because it might
about is declared but its value is never read, so that's actually
but I guess like if you have like a linter that then you don't have to like figure that stuff out by yourself. It'll just tell you,
Oh yeah.
Because that happens to me like quite often, and yeah, I guess I'm not sure exactly what linter it is that's giving me that. It might be that standard JS, which I don't know how Federico feels about that. It will tell you to remove all your semicolons and it will change all your double quotes to single quotes. And I don't know. I mean, Federico is keen to use it on the Website One front end project, so I don't know how you feel about using it there. But like then you can just have that on your editor, and then anytime you have a value that's not being used, it'll tell you, and then you can correct that.
Nice. We haven't introduced yet, so yeah, let's see. Maybe he wants to introduce later.
Yeah.
We don't know, but yeah, that's a good one.
But even if you just have it locally, it doesn't mean you have to add it to the project.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, I guess like, if there's anything about like specifically about standard that he doesn't like, then like, if he's like, no, I really like double quotes. But I think as far like, I don't think there is anything, but Yeah, and it could help save some time, you know, for that kind of stuff.
Does it integrate with VS Code?
Yeah, I have it on my VS Code. Yeah, and I even have it to where like it seems like it hasn't been working recently. I need to kind of like see what's up with that. But like I have it to where it like the rules are like based on type. So when you type something that's like not inside of the standard, then it will like underline it, you know, with red, and then you can hover over it and it'll tell you what you did wrong. And then I have it to where when I save the file, it just automatically fixes things that it can fix, you know. So then I can just, I mean, I have another like I have that prettier as well, Mike, which you have, and that does things like that, helps me to like auto format. So if I have like a line that's too long, it'll like break it into, you know, 3 different lines, and so I'll do that. But then that also changes like add semicolons and changes things to double quotes. So then I have to like auto format and then save, and then those 2 actions like make it to where it's formatted and it's within the standard, you know.
Yeah, that's really cool. I'm using Prettier as well.
Yep. Yeah, Prettier's nice. I like it. The auto formatting is great.
Yeah, but we had some issues with it and Rails, I think.
Yeah. Not issue. That was Beautify.
Oh, that was Beautify. Okay.
But it wasn't really an issue. It was more of because that took always the latest Ruby version, I think, latest installed Ruby version as the default, and sometimes change the syntax based on that. And then if you were in Ruby 2.4 and for instance, you had installed 2.5, then you might get into some issues, but it was fine.
Yeah. I have this standard JS installed, but just
have you been using it, or
yeah?
Have you been using it?
No, it just doesn't. I thought it should pick by itself, but it doesn't.
Yeah, there's some config that I did like to get it to auto format and stuff.
Okay.
I don't know if I can. I mean, did you go to the actual extensions the page on VS Code and like have a look at what they say about like changing things in the, because you can go, I think it's like settings.json where you can like make changes. Like if on VS Code, if you do like Control P, I think, and do settings.j, no, it's not Control P then. What is it? Oh, if you go to the like the gear in the bottom left, then you can go to settings, and then there's extensions. I should probably just share my screen. Opa.
Yeah, it could just merge this.
Keep it up. Thanks for your time and dedication on this project.
Opa. Why do you keep saying Asho when he does Opa?
Why does he keep doing what when I say Opa? Opa.
Like when you sneeze, he says Asho. Like it's like a Spanish word to mean sorry.
I don't know. I didn't hear him say Ash.
You know that like to Mike is like Opa is like this. That's certainly Portuguese. Is that's like something is happening, and you know this you're feeling in a situation. But Ashu is like I don't know. It's like I don't know. It's like it's how you mimic the sneezing.
Oh yeah.
Kind of.
Achoo.
Yeah.
So here's the extensions, and then if I come down here to JavaScript standard, then like it's here standard autofix on save. So I turned that on. Then it's like standard enable. And then you have here like standard run on type. So like when you type it, like, you know, run the linter on save or on type. And this is better on type. And then Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, I think that's all that you need to, is that all you need to worry about configuring? I think there was a place that I had to, that I added the, I don't know. I mean, this is not even this is a Rails project. So where's my, here.
Oh, it even doesn't show up here.
If I put this in double quotes, will it fix it? It hasn't been working recently. Oh yeah, so there it works, you know. And then like if I do something similar, like in users test, for example, like store, importing store, and then if I do something like, what was it that you did? You did like const store equals, I don't know. Store.
Sorry, Matt. Let's try to get the constant with the capital, because that's something that was the problem for Dan, for instance. So if you start a const store with a capital S, what happens then?
Well, I think what I understood is that wasn't the issue. I think what the issue is that you're using the same variable, so it doesn't matter if it's capitalized or not. Like if I were to capitalize this, then it would be okay, because then this is being used here, you know. But if I do the same like titleization, which is like lowercase in this case, then it's going to say store is declared, but the value is never read, because I'm reassigning it. Like I'm saying, call this variable store. It's going to be what's imported from this. But then I'm like saying reassign it and make it like a string, basically. Like, and so that means then this here, whatever's being imported from here, is not being used, and this here is using this on line 4, you know.
Sure.
So I think that's I mean I think like in general you probably don't want to use capitals for like capitalized constants, but like these are the reducers. What would be a good like component, right? Have like didn't do the list project, right? Just like this, like, okay, so import project, right? And then so it's like exactly like this. If I did that, then now if I have the linter, I can just come here and I can see that there's something wrong with this, and then it'll tell me what's wrong with it, you know.
Okay. Yeah, I get it. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if I can.
Are you sharing your screen, Mike?
Yeah, am I not?
Yes, you are. So what seems to be the issue?
I'm not sure if I have it
installed correctly.
So if I do const,
but well, you have something. There's green there, but I don't think you have standard, because you shouldn't need. Well, so you have something. You have ESLint is what you have.
I have ESLint, okay.
Because if you did have it, it would be complaining about the if you did have it enabled, it would be complaining about the fact that you put a semicolon. Like, I think JavaScript doesn't use semicolons anymore, or like the standard is not to.
I read a book, and the guy advised the readers to always, maybe that changed. JavaScript, is it
the good parts?
The good part, yeah.
Yeah, but that's I think it's changed a little bit. No, it's still, I think, recommended to use. It's just changed slightly. Still, so you need to still technically use it, but the language became more flexible than before.
Yeah. Mike, did you see, like, if you go to your extensions and then you click on standard JS?
I can't see JavaScript standard, this one.
Yeah, but not there. In the extensions. Like, go click on the extension icon on the left.
Is
No,
this
no, in the left toolbar there, and then type standard, and then click on that first thing. So now if you scroll down where it says how to use, like presumably you haven't like done this stuff. Like for example, number 3, disable the built-in VS Code validator.
Oh yeah, so
you need to like navigate to your settings.json, which is I think maybe where you were, but I'm not sure because it's like settings. Why is it so hard to find settings.json? Command palette, settings.json.
can't open it.
No. Workbench. Settings editor? No. Text editor. Application extension. I can't remember exactly where I. Okay, so I found it. Did you find it?
No, not yet. Code preferences settings.
So you go back to that place that you were in the where if you go to the bottom gear, the gear on the left, and hit settings.
Yeah.
Settings. And then you go to JavaScript standard. Yeah, you're there. Now scroll down a little bit. First of all, you can click the that standard auto fix on save. You can click on that if you want.
Yep.
On the right, you already clicked on the JavaScript standard.
Yeah.
No.
So I saw. Oh.
Yeah, I did that as well. When you scroll on the right, it scrolls to the. So you see where it says standard auto fix on save.
This.
Yep. And then scroll down a little bit, but not a lot. Yeah, you see where it says edit the standard options or whatever, edit in settings.json. Click on that.
Where did it go?
I don't know. Did you click on the edit in settings? Click on that. There you go. So.
Mike is living in the madness.
Yeah. Kind of difficult, huh, Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey.
Sorry.
Can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Are you sure? I think, Mike, I can't see the top of your editor because of screen sharing as well. But like, if you look at my editor, like you have default user settings, and you have like, then you have user settings and workforce settings.
Code user settings. Yeah, or maybe I'll figure this out later on.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what happened here. It was showing what I wanted you to show, and then I clicked on the other thing, and it went away. Yeah.
Someone is really angry.
Mm-hmm.
Federico just merged in some, so that's good. And as soon as you can solve with Mike the linter, I think we can have a look what Dan created, so we can open up the PR. Or Dan, you figured it out in the meantime?
So what I did was, well, so I pushed, once I committed this to this branch, I pushed to my origin.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct? And then I can go to the GitHub and create a pull request from there?
You can create it from here. So basically from the terminal.
Okay.
So can you just check the remote if everything is all right? So to get the Git remote. Okay. So what we need to do now is to push to upstream from your current branch. So this 60 through expand the test suite. So what you need to do now is basically git push upstream, and then the current branch, like 60. Yeah. Okay, and then when you hit enter now, it's opening the pull request if you have the credentials in. Yes. So.
Yeah, I fixed mine, Pete.
Oh my god. Yeah, so that's something so Mike was struggling with, because you can put these details like the username, password in the default.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and so you don't have to do it every time, but let's fix that
after. In your Git in your config file for Git, or
it's a kind of setup.
Are you talking SSH or?
No, it's not as complex.
Yeah, it took me a long time to get the SSH working at the beginning.
No, that's complex. Yeah, that's a different thing. Yeah, it's Atlassian has a guide.
Oh, it like set it up for SSH. Yeah. Okay.
So yes, and now it opens a PR, and if now you go to that remote URL, the github.com Agile Ventures SFN client, so you can even copy out from the terminal. That part.
Copy. Oh yeah, from there.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's say 66.
Peter.
Yes.
This only happens when you've already pushed to your origin.
Sorry? What's the what? Is it a question or?
Yeah, it's a question.
But
so,
what? Sorry.
So you Dan pushed to his origin.
Yes.
And then you asked him to push to directly to upstream, and then that will create a PR.
Yeah.
So is the PR being created from the upstream or from his branch?
It's from his branch.
Okay, but the remote repo is upstream.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So not like it picks and it goes back to pick Dan's.
No, not the local. No. So if you wanna be locally always updated, you have to merge your current branch to your current master, develop, whatever it is. So then you keep it updated all the time. So so now the structure is basically we have an upstream develop somewhere, right? It doesn't matter. We are always opening PRs to that repo. That's like the source of truth.
Yeah.
And whenever that has been updated, like okay, Federico or we ourselves merging it in, then we pull from this source of truth to our develop to make that updated. So that's there are different Git strategies. Yeah. So some people are preferring actually to have only one repo, and you are cloning that repo, and you immediately just open pull requests on that master branch all the time, so you don't have like your own fork or whatever. You don't even fork it, you just clone it. So this can be, it depends on the team setup. So
nice.
I think the way we do it in here is really it's a kind of a safe play.
So when you fork it, and then you pull from your origin, is it like kept up with the develop branch of the Agile Ventures one, or is like you
have to pull it from that develop. So you have to pull from your upstream. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, your fork is not updated.
Then what's the okay? And then so the fork is for like pushing to, and then you.
The fork is for basically keeping your local changes maybe up to date in somewhere saved.
Okay.
Also, like you have, if you're forking it, like because it's open source, and you might decide that you want to go in a completely different direction than the new project. So maybe you just want to use what they're using as a base, but you don't care about like getting your code merged into what they're doing. So you could just you could go in completely different direction and never have any contact with the original developers of the software. But then if you want to, then you're putting in pull requests to say like, hey, I made these changes that I think would be cool for you to adopt, so that everyone that uses your thing, your project can use. And then you put in a pull request,
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So then in your comment, maybe you can create tests for maybe which components did you test?
So basically I made one test for each folder in the source folder. So
just one thing then, can you please run a test on the command line
Sure.
Yeah.
Wow. Like the Texas screen, man. So huge.
No tests found. What?
Are you kidding me?
But now, which branch you are at? Oh, you're the right one.
No tests found related to files changed since last commit. Okay, so it's because I committed. So press A to run all tests, or run just with -- watch all. So I can just do that and press A. Oh wait. Press A. There we go. 10 tasks, 10 out of 10.
Awesome. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that you're not going to merge in something that's failing for us. So, okay, cool.
Yeah, that's a nice screen. I can take a screenshot and frame it, put it on my wall with the greens.
All right. Yeah. All right. So yeah, just go ahead. The Mike was telling.
Yeah, maybe create maybe initial test for all components. Maybe that could be the comment. Maybe you need to specify component.
for each component. Well, it's not for, well, so it's for each component folder.
Yeah.
I mean, it's basically each folder in. But I guess component. It's just that there's like a couple of components in one folder.
Oh, yeah.
In one of the folders.
Yeah. I think you're right.
But I think from what I read from Federico's comment, it sounded like we should just make one per folder because it's just checking.
Yeah. And then maybe after that comment, in the next line, you can write fixes, hash, then the number 63. Is it 63?
Mm-hmm.
You can just do enter fixes.
Right here?
Yeah, space, and then 63. Yeah, enter. Then create the pull request. And celebrate.
Woo! Let's wait for Travis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know my parade, Travis.
Mr. Travis.
I bet too early.
Celebrate good life. Come on.
Is Travis a Mario brother or?
Should be. Should be. Actually, some company just bought Travis.
Wow.
They acquired, I don't know which company.
Not Microsoft.
No.
Thank you, God.
But it's not a problem if Microsoft steps in us. Idera.
Dan Abramov?
No, it's a company called Idera, and they are a B2B service provider. So it's not, no, they are not one of the big few companies. Probably are big enough, just not the.
No. Okay. All right. Good.
You can update the yeah. So we actually trying to okay. So now you can Mike. Do you want to review and merge this in?
Okay. Yeah. Nice. Good times. Pull requests. Yeah, I had never reviewed a pull request before until last week when I did match that.
Yeah,
it was a good feeling,
Okay.
Yeah, and I've forgotten how to do that.
Yeah, actually, that should be something we need to ask Federico. What should be the what are the requirements to review in such a case? But we can do this later.
Yeah, merge a couple of things first before you ask what you're supposed to do.
Oh yeah, you said that. So yeah.
Yeah.
Then if he wants you to change things, then you'll be, then
Yeah.
Then at least you got a couple merges in first.
Matt knows best.
Yeah. I mean, I have merged stuff in before, definitely worth working with Federico. But like nowadays, I kind of just stay away from that and just ask other people to merge in stuff that I'm doing. Merging in stuff is a thankless job, Mike. You don't want to go down that rabbit hole unless you're sure.
Yeah, so maybe I'll just do my review.
Cool.
Yeah.
So did you merge it in?
No, I just reviewed. Oh, do you want to merge it?
Sure, merge it in.
Oh, okay.
Merge it. Do it, Mike. Do it.
Where was that? Where was that thing again? Changes approved. Show reviewers. Show checks. Are you seeing my screen, Pete?
I'm on Dan's screen. So
I saw that thing and then...
No. Go down. Because you only have one chance, one opportunity. No, it's so yeah, you need to update the branch first before you update merge pull request. You see that button, merge or update branch.
Merge conflicts.
Hopefully not, man. So basically, no, man, we're not gonna rebase. So basically, what we missed here is that before Dan opened the pull request, we should have pulled down the current state of the develop branch and then open the PR, because then we don't need to do this manually here.
I agree.
But it's okay. We just now hope, man. Let's see.
Yeah.
Now Travis wants to review everything again.
I wish I didn't try merging.
Come on.
We have to have someone to blame.
Mike, you messed it up. Oh my God. No.
Oh, I gotta keep going, Mike.
Yeah.
Oh no, Mike, what'd you do?
Love to hang out, but
I will stop this broadcast, you know. Now I got the button.
Now it's all archived, man. Now everyone sees this. Okay. We get the first screen. Oh.
Yeah. Go ahead and blame me.
Mike has a lucky day.
Go ahead and blame me now.
All right. You can also delete the branch, I think.
Okay.
Oh, it's already deleted. Fine. No worries. No, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, the bot.
Wow. Who did delete the branch? Why did you delete the branch?
Because it's mess. It can be messy, right? So after you have, I don't know how many branches opened, it's manually deleting this is actually quite tedious. So it's fine.
Nice. Yeah, that feeling.
All right.
It feels like driving, you know.
Now you're gonna drive. How about doing the? Federico, actually, I asked him if he can install Enzyme for the tests. So
do I go ahead and install Enzyme?
No. Just open a branch. First, open an issue. I can open an issue. Wait, no.
Okay.
I open the issue to install Enzyme. I'm gonna assign.
Just a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's how old my... Oh, nice. Dua Lipa.
You pulled down the whole thing, right?
Yeah, from develop.
Okay. Yeah, I did it as well. So I opened it. an issue number 74. For enzyme. If you refresh.
Yeah, Adyan instruction on install. This?
For 74. If you refresh the page. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So,
I think GitHub is still on Rails, actually, no?
It's still? You're saying GitHub is still on Rails?
On Rails, no?
Rails.
Sure. To be honest.
They changed?
I don't know. I'm not sure either way.
Let's see. I know that on the front end they are actually like rejecting to use any framework. Okay.
Interesting. I think for now,
Yeah.
better not to break things, you know.
So what we need to install, do you know what we need to install, Mike, or?
Let's leave it like that for now. Later.
Actually, it's not just installing enzyme. I think we also need to add it to the documentation that we installed it and we use it.
Makes sense.
Believe it or not, Mike, this is, yes, an Airbnb product.
Believe it or not, I'm walking.
It's a Airbnb product?
Yes.
Enzyme?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. I've never used their platform, you know.
Airbnb is super advanced in like engineering.
It's a good place to work.
Definitely. Here in Amsterdam, I see the booking.com guys. That's also a great place to work, actually.
It's probably really difficult to get a job there, no?
Yeah, you have it.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
No, really, like I'm telling you, Matt, is not really like some companies. I think even small companies have higher like limits because they cannot afford as many engineers, so they really have to make sure that they keep super high standards all the time. But I think even like these bigger companies are getting actually easier to get in because they have hundreds of people, so or thousands sometimes.
Yeah.
So is this
No.
So we just do enzyme.
We know install enzyme. That's what we do. Yeah.
What about these?
So yeah, enzyme to JSON. I don't think we need that, but let's install enzyme and enzyme adapter. So that enzyme adapter React is basically which connects enzyme to the right React version, and I think we are using 16 in this project, so that's gonna be fine.
Okay. Then you don't want us to do enzyme to JSON?
I don't yet. Let's see if it's needed later. Do you use enzyme to JSON in Matt in the other projects?
No.
No.
I don't think so. Let's see what we have here. Enzyme adapter React, and
Seems
that
like
looks like
Okay, cool. Okay, so then it's enough. Yeah, it's installing.
Oh man.
Man.
I have a code review I didn't even notice. Sitting there wondering why my stuff hasn't gotten merged in, and it's because I haven't been paying attention to this code review.
To the test file.
I was suggesting this, Mike, to also update the documentation along, so to in the README file to make it clear that we are using Enzyme, and maybe have a link to that Enzyme documentation on Airbnb. So if someone is joining as a new person, they can actually find a relevant document.
Okay. So where is my?
Oh my God.
Is it you?
Shit.
No. So I think I have to open a new one. Yeah, and Pete, we started the Flask mob this week, you know.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. Really nice.
What you gonna do there actually? You gonna build something or just going through basically setup and structure basics of Python, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, so we are identifying a book that we'll be going through, and then we have the AV dashboard project.
Okay.
Yeah, that most likely we are going to be basing
cool
most of the sessions. Yeah, so that.
There is an O'Reilly book for Flask, no?
The reason?
O'Reilly, you know this.
O'Reilly, I think that's the one we are gonna use.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. I think it's the one.
Yeah, it's with that Michael Granger or Gringe, whatever.
Miguel.
Granger. Miguel, yeah. Miguel, Michael.
I think I still have it open somewhere.
Oh my God. You have quite some tabs.
Yeah. It should be somewhere here. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I see. Okay.
Yeah, really nice. I went through the the content. I think it's really nice.
Cool.
You went through like the table of contents?
Yeah.
See what, oh, cool. And did you end up tweeting at him?
Yeah, I did, but he hasn't responded. Yeah.
Nothing yet. Hopefully he responds positively.
Oh, you wanted to reach out to him, to the guy?
Yeah, we're reaching out on behalf of Agile Ventures and seeing how he feels about donating a couple copies of the book for us to use.
Nice.
Yeah.
So where do I have the node version management? That. And then install Yarn.
Running tests. That's the part.
Yeah. SFN client project. Oh, this project uses. Uses Enzyme. Testing framework. I'm not sure if that's correctly stated.
We can check how they call themselves.
Yeah.
Probably too.
Learn more.
They don't say anything.
Yeah. Documentation.
Testing, JavaScript testing utility.
Uses enzyme JavaScript testing utility. Here. So about enzyme installation. Yeah, I think this is just okay. And then how do you run tests? Just normally?
It's like that. It's actually there
in the documentation.
Yes, by running yarn test.
Yeah.
Then press A to run all the tests.
Is it called start the test or run the tests? Start the test by running. Okay.
Where is this music coming from?
I don't know. Who put on music?
Is that your ringtone, Matt?
I don't know what you're talking about. I definitely would not be listening to Red Hot Chili Peppers' Californication. That seems like something Dan would put on or something.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
Is it bothering you, Peter? Or
no. I just was like wondering where is it coming from.
Yeah, I thought I would try to compete with Mike's noise, you know.
Yeah.
Good luck with that, though.
Yeah.
I've been around the world back from Bombay.
Is that you, Pete?
Sorry?
Is that you singing along?
No. No, I don't know the lyrics.
So So, Peter, is that all?
Just one thing. Can you run, please, yarn test?
Yeah.
And run all the tests.
Oh yeah.
Get user info.
Super failed. Component header, header test.js.
So then we have a type. Now let's create an action, shall we?
Can you run Mike yarn just for this to see if you have everything installed?
How do I get
Control C, Control C.
Failed.
Just yarn, yes.
Universe is getting harder and harder. Come on, where's the action? There we go. Import Axios from Axios. Import get. Come on. Come on.
Oh.
Project info. ID.
Yeah, Pete is like you did some beautification, man. Real nice. Oh wow.
What happened?
Yeah, Pete made some progress from where we left last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the performances.
Wow, beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, where's Natalia? I guess she couldn't join us today, huh?
Oh yeah, but she said she wasn't available on Saturday.
Oh yeah, There's a new AV member, Natalia, who has some experience with React and is looking to get started on a project. You know.
Nice. Yeah, we should import. we should involve her.
Yes.
You want to import Natalia from AV?
I'm importing everything from packages and.
Excellent stuff. Yes. And we have API version 1 projects. I need to use double quotes. No, I use backticks, right? API v1 projects. Use then we do response. Inside
why is it taking so long? Yeah.
It seems you didn't have all the packages. Like.
Wow. With Phoenix, it doesn't take this much time.
It's just yeah, because it's crazy fast. So it's basically everything is just teleport. It's just.
I like the word teleport. Yeah. Hiro Nakamura.
Who is Hiro Nakamura? Oh yeah, the guy from Heroes.
Yeah.
Ah.
The guy from Heroes.
You found where all you guys have done the same. Without the shades to lonely.
Or maybe working on something else where
you can always I can always walk you through what I'm doing.
Okay.
Keep the focus, guys. Keep the focus.
Yeah.
Matt, can you see this?
Wow, that's beautiful. Look at that.
Beautiful.
Phew. Nice.
Like, and
so
then
what CSS framework are you using?
It's Peter invented, you know.
That's the beauty.
Wow.
Nothing.
Custom CSS. Wow.
But Pete, you know, this we were to use like you were saying like this was to be like 8. Oh, but now you added this, so it's.
Yeah, it will change, but then we need to add the other components next to it. So then it's So when we add more components on the left side, then it will go a little bit on the right. So
automatically.
Not really, but almost.
Oh wow.
Not really.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be.
Okay. Go ahead.
No, we need to add more components to this page to move elements around, so let's see.
Yeah, so I saw this on FreeCodeCamp. They have something on SAS. I think I'm going to rush through it.
They have something on what? Sorry.
On SAS.
Oh, SAS. Okay.
Yeah. So
how far is the installation, Mike?
Almost there.
Okay.
So you guys are interested in Redux?
We need to use that soon, actually.
Yes,
I think.
of course, yeah.
Drone doesn't like it at all.
Who?
João.
No. He wants to use what? What does he want to use? Hooks?
He doesn't. I think he doesn't. I don't know. I don't think he was really too concerned about using like state management. Like
So everything goes back to the app or what?
I don't know. I'm not really sure.
Like the app component gives the that's the state manager basically.
I guess, I don't know. I'm not really sure. There's a whole like conversation I could send you, but I didn't really pay so much. I mean, I'm just like, well, I'm kind of learning Redux right now, and it seems like it's not so complicated. Like, you know, there's some things that I was like getting into some issue with like testing, but that was, I think, mostly to do with like using Axios, and it didn't really even have anything to do with Redux. But like, I don't know, it seems cool to me.
Usually, as I see, companies prefer to actually write their own like middleware, so not even using Redux, but they are using their own store.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I can imagine that if you have if your app component is just growing and growing, it might be enough. I don't know. I'm kind of I'm worried, but I've never seen it live. That what happens when your app component like grows insanely big? Like, is it reducing the speed of React, or what happens? You know?
Yeah, fairly sure.
Or it's just code complexity, or that's it.
I kind of just deal with issues as they come up, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But like, you know, like that's not to say that maybe with a little bit of like, a little bit of forward planning, like I wouldn't save myself some problems from ever coming up in the first place, you know.
Mm-hmm. So now in the project you are using Redux, but Joao doesn't want you to, or
yeah, something like that. I mean, I think he's kind of maybe accepted that we're using it. Like he doesn't really like.
Okay.
You know, kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm setting up the Redux for like for this project info, and like I'm kind of done now. I think. I mean, there's always like then I'll try it out, and there's always some like kind of little gotchas, you know. But like basically, I added a type like get project info, and then I come here to the actions, and I create an action, which is the get project info action, which uses Axios and uses the type, and then it's just a variable that is a function, takes in an ID, and like takes in this dispatch function as a callback, and then like does a get request to this API projects with the ID, and then grabs the response and dispatches it to the reducer. And then I come here and write the reducer, which like basically takes in an initial state, which is like the initial state project info, and takes in an action. And that action, it's like a switch statement with the action and returns something, you know. And then the store, just add it to the store, you know. And now this is kind of like, now I need to test this, and I need to like actually, you know, connect the component to the store and that kind of stuff. But like basically the Redux part of things, like I did in like 15, 20 minutes, you know.
Yeah, sure. I think it's, it depends on, because if you don't do it in the Redux way, then you have to use, now you can use hooks, but if you don't want to use hooks, then you need to use context, the React context API, or you can do props all the time, but that's gonna go crazy.
Yeah. I mean, we're using hooks for the PayPal component stuff, and like writing tests for hooks is kind of a little bit difficult, you know. Like the way I'm like just learning how to write tests, and then like you add like hooks to it, and then the tests are completely different because like you don't have any like instance of the wrapper, you know. So you can't do like things like check the state, for example. So Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of complicated.
Yeah, probably the tests are not ready for hooks yet.
Yeah, I mean, it's really new, right?
So, Mike,
yeah, the test did pass. You didn't see?
Oh no, I will. Not the. Oh, okay, those bad. Oh, I thought that the Travis tests are bad.
No, I'm just creating the PR. It took a while to install all that stuff.
Okay.
And yeah. So, Matt.
Yo.
Hello.
Yep.
So, enzyme is different from jest, huh?
Yes. Okay. Enzyme can work along with jest. Like, enzyme is what provides you with, things like, let's see if I come here to a component and like what provides you with shallow, for example, to shallow mount stuff or to mount it, you know, this comes from N, and it also provides you with being able to do things like wrapper.find, I believe, or is that jest? No, I think that's jest. Here, let's have a look at our enzyme cheat sheet. Where's our enzyme?
Was it 70? Oh, that's 74.
React testing. Where's React testing?
Oh yeah, here we go. Ryder is joined the crew, and he has some resource how to test hooks.
Hello, hey guys.
Hey,
oh.
Hey. How are you, Mike? Matt?
Good.
Oh, good.
Daniel, yeah, good to hear it. I'm just stuffing my face with popcorn off screen, and
yeah, I've seen that, Ryder. But the problem is that like that first one, for example, they're doing just like a simple test that's like, first of all, not using enzyme, it's using React testing library, which we don't use. So
yeah,
like we'd have to change our testing framework, which is kind of difficult for us to do at this point. And also it's like using an example that's like kind of a really basic example that's like difficult to see how it works like in our context, you know. And then
what testing library is the first one I sent using?
React testing library.
I hear.
So like enzyme, I've seen and some issues that they like have said that they're not supporting hooks at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this wrap.find or wrapper.find does come from enzyme.
So is there a lot of, okay.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Like also enzyme, you can like do a set state or set props. You can do this wrapper.debug, which is really nice if you want to see like the structure of the component and like know what it is that you can look for to do like a find or whatever. Yeah.
How much overlap is there in between enzyme and the React testing library?
Not sure. I've never used the React testing library. One thing that I think would be cool about being able to use it is that like the hooks, like the use effect hook for some reason when you like just initially mount the component doesn't call the use effect in the test, whereas like in like real life, like when you go to the page and the component is mounted, it does call the use effect. So you can do things like you can do like a Axios post request. That's something that I'm doing with use effect, as you would like, in component did mount. But when you're testing it, it doesn't get called. So you have to like, one thing that you can do with like with this React testing library is you can use this re-render, and so you can re-render it, and then that like that calls that use effect method function, but you don't have that in Enzyme. So in Enzyme, you can what you can do is you can set props, but then like there's some tests that I've written that like I'm setting the props to be the exact same as what the props are in when I mounted the first time, and I'm not using those props. Like I don't need like to set those props specifically for that that test, and so it's like kind of a bit of a weird thing that like just so that it like ensures that use effect function is called, you know. But like
well, the reason I asked how much overlap there is in between the two libraries is because if they're trying to do essentially the same things or a lot of the same things, then yeah, it may be a scenario that is similar to what you were describing of like, okay, it's an apple or it's an orange. We're not going to have these two test frameworks cohabitating in the same code base. But if they're for very different things, or they take it doesn't sound like they are. But you know, then you could talk about potentially having them cohabitate. In general, if you're wanting to switch test frameworks from an existing code base that has a lot of tests, and this is the same for like carving out a section of your legacy Java code base that now runs in Kotlin. I mean, you know what I'm about to say, right? You don't do the whole thing. You don't try to do a rewrite. You carve out little modular pieces of it as best you can, and you convert those. And gradually over time, you have a conversion.
Which is what we were trying to do with React hooks. But then the thing is that what ended up happening is like João, who's the project manager, said like he doesn't want us using hooks at all because we're like the overall, like something that you've brought up to me many times is like, you know, you need to know what the overall, like the bigger picture is, and the bigger picture is that we have an MVP to deliver in 12 days, and that's not the time to be trying to learn how to be testing React hooks. It's the time to
no, not at all.
and then worry about it later, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't expect that we were going to run into issues testing it, but I guess like, you know, it probably makes sense if you think about it. But and also we
don't apply this lesson, and you don't have to consider it as a lesson. Don't apply this observation to every area of your life, right? But maybe at least for your professional work, always assume that things are going to go wrong. Lots of things.
Yeah. Which is why, like, maybe 12 days is. I mean, originally we had like a by Christmas, and we failed that delivery. So let's see what happens, I guess. But and also, like, I should mention that this weekend collaboration is actually not focusing on website run front end. I'm just like the rogue agent here, like this, trying to work in the background. They're actually working on Sing for Needs, so.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry if I'm distracting people.
Yep. Now we start working on issue 72. Which is an installation, so basically a documentation update for Symfony, because we have some yarn commands missing from the documentation, and now Dan is working on it actually.
Yeah, I realized that my screen was focused on Dan's screen the whole time I was driving, you know.
Oh. Lots of interesting stuff going on over there.
Yeah, maybe I really loved the.
Yeah, then you can pull the upstream. It's gonna be fine.
Okay.
And now you need to run yarn.
On yarn?
Mm-hmm. Because we installed new package, so just yarn.
Oh. Learning. Okay.
Internet runs so fast in Texas.
Yeah, I mean, you must have like fiber optic, don't you, Ken?
Yeah.
I do actually. I have fiber.
Yeah. I mean, we've almost got fiber optic here, you know. Not quite,
Yeah.
but it's coming.
Oh, nice. I remember when
you had fiber optic.
no.
Now they are using space technology.
I remember when
Teleportation.
Yes.
Mr. Trump was like, those guys in Africa, in fact, they're using our internet. We will shut down our internet and they will not have internet.
Great plan.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I was like, oh, please don't shut it down. It's our only hope.
Don't do it, Trump. Don't do it.
But you know they cannot actually shut it down.
Yeah.
I can live with that.
Yeah.
There are multiple places in the world where it's secured. I don't know, like 7 or something. So even if one of them is actually down, like the main route of the internet is down, then the rest of 6 will still work. It's some obviously some defense related. So I know there is one in Russia, one in Europe somewhere. I think there is one also in Africa actually.
Probably a good thing.
I don't know how is it working, but it's obviously a military thing. So. Anyways, so what?
Anyways,
like the internet, to shut down the internet is not as easy as you might think.
No. I mean, I think there's probably many things that he says that are.
Yeah. I also, but otherwise. So even if, I don't know, like a huge war happens, then even that at that moment it's hard to shut down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And all the satellites and all, so that's quite complex.
So now I have to I switch branches right back to create a new branch, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to be on this.
No, not on the develop. Yeah. Develop is basically more like your local updated. So if you want to use it and constantly update it, what's on your local Ford GitHub, then you can always push from develop to your origin and make that updated. But otherwise, develop is always something that you are pulling in.
Okay.
So. Yeah. Actually, this yarn instruction is something that we messed up the last time, if you remember.
Yeah, we got stuck on it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Mike, you opened the ticket. Add coverage.
Yeah,
What's that actually?
For coverage.
And what do you had in your mind?
There's yeah, maybe I just have to research.
The coveralls.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
I can show you what it looks like if you're.
Oh, cool. So you have it on website one.
Yeah, on the the website. It's like, so I can run the test here. Like, I mean, I probably, if I try to run this right, probably gonna fail horribly because I'm in the middle of writing a test. But maybe it'll show. Yeah, so it runs like this coverage here, and then it tells you. It's really helpful for me because it tells me like then I can come here and I can look and be like, oh, okay, I'm not testing the get projects info action, and it tells me which lines I'm not testing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not testing the reducer. And then even like this is just the output, normal output. But then also you can come. Like once it just ran that one test, but now it's like running all the tests. Then you can go to like the actual browser and you can like there's it creates this this coverage directory like here, and then inside of that it has like this lcov report, and inside of that it has like this index.html. You can path there, and then you can come here. And it shows you like an overview of everything.
Oh, nice.
You can go clicking through and finding out what it is that's like bringing your coverage down, and like, yeah, it's really nice. I like this. I wish we had this on Human Connection because, yeah, so what I had there as well.
Okay. And which library is this one?
I think it's called like Coverall or something like that. Like,
oh, that's the name. Okay.
Yeah, Coverall.
Yeah. I'm not even exactly sure how to set up Coveralls. So yeah, you added your package.json, and then you can add it to your GitHub as well. So like this is something that actually runs as well every time we put in a PR is one of the checks that has to pass before you can like quote unquote has to pass. Like the threshold for like sometimes it'll like it's kind of annoying sometimes because it'll like look like your PR is failing, and then you go there and you see why it's failing. It's like your test coverage dropped by like 0.3% or something. It's like, come on, like
I see. Okay,
that's a bit too strict, but I think you can configure that as well. So
okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah,
awesome. Okay, maybe, yeah. How's it going, Dan? Oh, yeah, you're writing it, okay. You still want to Dockerize also, Mike?
Yeah, sorry, I was distracted. So I'll be back in a minute.
No worries.
What was the reason for Dockerizing? To use for local development or to deploy?
I don't know. Mike added the ticket, I don't know.
Yeah, local development. Like Dan, initially Dan had Windows, so I was thinking about Dan. But again, Natalia wanted to work on it, but then.
That's right.
Yeah, she's using Windows as well, so.
Yeah. It's nice for our Windows user friends. Okay. Await is a reserved word. Yeah, I know that. Right, so this is here. And then save that. And failure. That must be in the star.js. Because I need to add here project info. And that's empty. Next again. So I think we can assume that those tests are going to pass. That's my expectation, anyways. That they're going to pass. Yes, look at that. Woo-hoo! But I think Ryder would agree that don't trust tests until you see them fail for the right reasons. Oh,
I'm just a spectator.
Yes. Even when you're not spectating, your influence, like, you know, not that that's just you. I mean, Faith is.
Can I get a link to the live share?
Invite you to live share.
Yeah, I promise I won't delete everything.
Would you? I think like we have two different things that are going on at the moment. Like, I'm kind of working on the website one front end, and I certainly will invite you if you want. But the rest of everyone else is working on Sing for Needs, you know. Oh. So when you say invite, I don't know if you mean invite to my rogue session or invite to the official like session.
Which is the one that has the MVP due in 12 days?
The one I'm working on.
The one that you're working on?
Yeah. So I will.
Yeah, you know, I may not even contribute anything, but yours is the one I'd like to be able to just like peek and look around in.
Yes, please. I definitely think you will. I mean, I guess if you sit there and don't say anything, maybe, but I think you definitely could contribute for sure. Like, I mean, sometimes, like. How do I put this in a way that's not gonna? I don't want to offend you. I mean, like contributions, like sometimes can slow down progress, but like it creates better products in the long run. So sometimes like progress is not the most important. Like
I don't have to say anything. I just want to be able to continue looking at code. At my own pace rather than like, you know, in this format where I'm at the mercy. If you go to the terminal, then I'm in the terminal, that kind of thing.
Yeah. No, please join. I mean, Peter, I've asked for Peter's help before, but then like his advice was like going to slow me down. So I just ignored him and kept doing it my way. But then it's difficult when you want to ask for their help again, because they're like, did you listen to me last time you asked for my help? And they're like, no. It's like, so
yeah, keep in mind.
And you know that Hydra, o Peter fala português também.
Oh, também? Wow, that's cool.
I've been in Floripa for more than a year, actually.
Oh, wow. E no Brasil, por quando? No, that's not right. Man, my Portuguese is rusty. E por quanto tempo no Brasil?
Em 2013.
2013.
Não, por quanto tempo você ficou? Foi só aqui em Floripa, 1 ano? Ou você ficou em outros lugares por mais tempo?
Não. Mais lugares.
Mais lugares. E daí ele queria saber em total quantos meses ou por quanto tempo você ficou aqui.
6 meses em Floripa, 3 meses em Rio, outro 4 em São Paulo.
E acho que não falou 100, não, 100 meses.
100 meses? Nossa! Bastante tempo, hein? Ficou quase 10 anos aqui?
10?
Você falou 100 meses.
Sim.
Não? Tipo, 100... Mas tem 12 meses no ano, né?
Sim, sim,
Aí
sim.
ficou 120 meses, seria 10 anos.
Mais um ano.
Ah, sim. Ah, mas 100 é tipo 10 anos.
That's awesome.
100 é assim, 100 meses.
Sim.
7 ponto algo. Ficou 7 anos aqui?
Aqui? Who has been there for 7 years?
You, because you said you were in Florianópolis for 100 months.
6 months. 6 months. Oh, sorry, Danny. I messed it up. Sorry, Dan. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. No, 6.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. So then you've done the PR?
Yep.
Oh, so maybe we can pick something else.
Yeah, maybe we could stop getting distracted by these people.
See.
What else are you guys working on?
Now,
round and round.
We're just waiting on Travis to make the check.
Yeah.
So we can merge this one in as well.
Merge it.
So, Pete, which one do you advise right now?
Let's merge this in.
Okay.
And I think the next one. You can check the mockup actually.
The kids really enjoy singing, Mike.
Yeah.
Oh man, I forgot to put the edit.
Yeah, but we can add this for you. But you wanna edit? You can still edit.
Edit?
Yeah, also edit or add it.
Edit? Add it? Add it? Add and edit?
Good. X project.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure.
Fixes, what was it?
Let-
It's number
Like the
7.
test of first.
Huh?
The test.
What, run the test?
The CI.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Fixes number 72.
Yep.
Is that right? 72.
Mm-hmm. It's 72.
Oh. Well. Can I change it again? How do you get it out of this box here?
We cannot see it now. I can. Oh yeah, I see. Because it's still in the code block. There should be like a backticks underneath.
Backticks? Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Sweet.
Now it's merged in. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Passing tests.
Nice.
All right. Look at all that green.
32. Oh, nice.
Look at all that green.
Okay, so next issue. Let's check the mockup. You can have the money raise actually.
Money raise component.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you wanna drive?
Yeah, let's see that.
So no. Oh yeah, I already did that. Okay. So what did it do? Created a type, created the action, created a reducer, and store. Subject info test. Yes. User info.
Oh, we don't have a ticket for this yet.
You don't have a ticket for the
money raised. No, it seems like we do. Oh no, here. Sorry. It's there. Money raised. Mm-hmm. And the money raised component is gonna be in the artist. In the artist folder, right? Performance. Let's see. Yes. It's gonna be. Money raised. We can, in the meantime, actually open ticket that for checking the artist. So create tests for artist performance and artist performance list, because at the time when Dan was creating the tests, we haven't yet have these two.
Okay.
So we should open a ticket for this one, right?
Copying and pasting, you know. Okay. So, I think this is a good place to commit, no? More than one commit.
It's always a good place to commit.
Oh, yeah. Although,
you can just do Control H.
Huh? Is it for me?
Yeah. If you want to, yeah, the easy way is just change all on that. I'll change it. Change all with Control, or sorry, Command H, I guess.
But what do you want to change?
You want to change that artist to the
Money raised. Oh yeah, but I can also do it like.
Oh, okay.
But no, I was just thinking. So I was. The reason I stopped is because I was starting to think of. Oh, it's not the right file. Project can stay. If we just copy. Oh, let me check what's in the mockup actually. I have no idea how we're gonna do these charts. Probably with some library, of course, like ChartKick or I don't know. But let's let this decide later. Yeah.
Right. So, where to start? I think maybe.
Matt, do you use a Git GUI of any kind, even if it's PS codes built in?
No.
Okay. So if you wanted to avoid committing all your local changes, I mean, do you routinely not commit certain things that you're working on?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. The reason I ask that question is because some developers are in the habit of like always committing everything that they've changed, and it's not easy for them to pick out specific changes. And I don't want to make any changes in the work you're doing right now in other files if it's not going to be easy for you to not roll those into another commit that's not related to the work you're doing. Does that make sense?
I mean, yeah, totally. I mean, a lot of times what I'll do is, I mean, not that I'm perfect at it. Like sometimes I forget, and then João reviews it and tells me to like pull it out. But I just I'll try to make like a note of which files I'm changing, and then I add the files that I want to add one by one, and then like I'll commit, and then like stash the changes that I want to create another branch and commit, and so then I'll do that. So
all right, I'm gonna make some small changes in a file. You do not have to take those forward into anything. Yeah. But if you agree with the changes and it's convenient for you to put them in a separate commit or whatever, I'm going to make the changes. They may never see the light of day, but you'll see what I changed and why.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Please.
As you can see, here's the money raised component renders. It's currently really not sexy, but I was thinking about I changed it to 100% in the end for some reason. I don't think not really sure why. So for the money raised, we can have what should we call this? Money raised container or something? Yeah. For performance list, I already added a tree, and that should be it here as well. Okay. That's fine. Let me try something with this width.
So quick question, and for anyone who feels like giving their opinion, like I'm going to create a component for like the project show page, right? And like for the user show page, I called like user profile, but like for the project, like this project profile doesn't quite sound right to me. And I was thinking of what to name it.
Details is one option.
Project details. Yeah. Yeah.
I've got more, but I'm staying quiet for a while because I don't love the sound of my voice that much.
I noticed that you're waiting for other people to give an opinion. Other people? Opinions? No right or wrong answers.
Yeah, details sounds good.
Okay, I was following this very difficult thing that Peter is currently doing. So
sorry.
I didn't get what you said, Matt.
I was thinking of what to name like the component that's like what we call in like Rails like the project show page, you know. And for the user, I used called user profile because that sounded like sounded good to me. But project profile. So I know like one of the things I'm calling like the reducers and stuff. I don't know if you noticed Ryder is info. So I don't know if project info for a component would be good, or if it should be like it would be more consistent with what the other things that but I don't know if it should be like the component should be the same as what we're calling like.
So I love what you just said as far as consistency with the other components in the code base. I like info also. it does depend on what other comparable components in the code base, what they look like, if there's any, you know, I imagine there's got to be other components in here that, you know, are more detail or more information on an entity.
Actually, there's not. There's the only one that there is the user, which I've called user profile. And then we haven't done any other show pages, you know.
I see.
We're gonna do one for event as well, but like, so event info sounds better, good to me as well. Like event profile probably doesn't sound good, and maybe the user.
I agree with that. So a user profile is a very special kind of entity, right? Because that phrase evokes a very specific kind of, like, this is the sorts of information we're going to find, which is like their biography and information about them. And like user info gives more the idea of, like, I'm looking at it from an admin perspective, right? So how that user details page is going to be used is very important in deciding whether it's a profile or whether it's an info.
And guys, like, we have a new
call the profile and depart from the convention of the other detail pages. It should absolutely, by all means, be a profile, you know?
Yes. Hey, Angie.
Hi.
How are you?
Hey, Angie.
Fine.
Okay. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, I was just telling Angie that this project is going to be using Phoenix backend as well. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Phoenix, yeah.
Because you're interested, you're interested in Elixir Phoenix. Yep, nice.
Yeah, but currently we are working on the React frontend. Yeah.
I mean, Ryder, I think like, I think if like, so there's no other like show pages that would be similar. There will be an event one that you know will be named similarly to the project one. And I think like, since I've already like, there's no other components that are similarly named, but there's like, there is the action, which is like called fetch project info action, and there's like the reducer that's like project info reducer, and there's like the store that's like project info, and that's like consistent with what I did with the user.
Yeah. That's extremely important. So the view name should be consistent by all means with the reducer responsible for fetching the state that populates the view, the component.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, maybe even there's an argument to be made for like refactoring the user info to like be user profile info. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, potentially, but yeah, not 12 days away from delivery.
Yeah. Need to make sure that I remember that.
Well, I mean, it really sort of depends. It's a new greenfielded app, right? You're not talking about a legacy app that already has a lot of users. Am I correct in saying there's nobody using this right now?
I mean, this will eventually replace the front end of Agile Ventures like site. So, like, there are people using the Agile Ventures site, yeah.
So, like, how is that replacement? Go ahead.
No, I was done. How's that replacement?
How's that replacement going to happen? Like, is it going to be AB for a while? Like, how is that cut over to the new website? How does that look?
I'm not sure 100%, but I don't know that I don't know if there is a way of doing AB, because like we're replacing the entire front end. So what I understand is that one day you're just going to wake up and Agile Ventures is going to have a React front end. You know, like we're not using React with Rails with React, or React with Rails, whatever that gem is. We're just rewriting the entire front end, and then we're using the website one as the API, you know?
Yeah, no, what I was envisioning was, you know, you route half of your users coming to the AV web page to where the React front end is hosted, and then you route half of your users to where the, you know, old app is hosted.
Yeah. I don't know.
Get feedback from, you know, people about the new one. You know, obviously you can do it in any way that you can imagine and then manage to execute.
Yeah, they don't really leave me to make those kind of decisions. They
okay.
I just do what I'm told.
Yeah.
More or less, you know. I mean,
so is the idea that does delivery represent a hard cutover to the new React front end then?
Does delivery what?
Does delivery represent a hard cutover to the new React front end?
Yeah. I mean, I think the MVP is not gonna replace the website one front end. I think the MVP is like to give like Sam and others who are interested like the ability to like play around with it and then decide like, you know, say what they think are the next steps. Like, so for example, like the MVP doesn't include having like the ability to create events or to edit events, which I think is one of the most important things that I use the site for personally. Like, you know, 10 times a day I'm creating events and you know, sharing those events so that it pings Slack. And so those are all things that are not part of the MVP. So the delivery is just to have like, you know, something very minimal that people can play around with, and then like get direction from Sam, for example, on what he thinks the next steps are, you know?
Yeah. So right now there's a divergence between that fetch user info reducer action and the user profile component. So I would just kind of like rest in the uncertainty of that divergence, you know? But if I became fairly certain over the next 12 days that it was better for it to be one or the other, then I would go ahead and use VS Code's refactoring feature to safely make that change, and you know, go ahead and make that change because you know, my environment gives me a way to do it very safely, you know, not infallibly safely, probably, but you know, a safe way to do it. I don't have to worry about maybe I don't have enough test coverage. Test coverage in this repo, at least at the unit test level, looks very good. Yeah. And nobody's using it yet. So like now is really, you know, you worry about alienating your user base, and people maybe worry a little bit too much about that, but you worry about that later in the life cycle of the product.
Yeah. Awesome.
Hey, Pete. Yeah, you have to speak now, you know. I know Matt is speaking a lot, but...
I'm not hijacking this. Quietly sitting in the background, doing my thing. I'm trying to, at least. Sometimes it's stronger than me. What are you guys up to?
Creating the chart component here. But this is going to be only the bare bone of it, so it's not going to be...
So what you've done is like you've created the money raised the JS, added a component to it, then you create the SCSS and the test file. And now you're creating the chart, which will be displayed within the money raised.
Yeah, but this is just so I don't know, because probably we're gonna use a library for the chart, so this is really gonna be just like whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, not the right name.
Maybe next time you use VS Code. And now we can.
You don't have teletype, Mike?
No, we do.
Yeah, I've never used it. It's easier for Peter to use VS Code.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite nice teletype. We actually
no.
we fell back to using it the other day because I was trying to get I was trying to make the argument that it was easier for me to use VS Code, and then Pete was like, "Yeah, that's cool." And then we tried using it, and he couldn't get in for like, for
it was quite
20
some
minutes.
time.
And then we find like, let's go back to the old days where we were both using Atom.
There's an error here. It's with the import statement for some reason.
Yeah, so
oh, it's a typo, sorry. So yeah, it's not gonna look like this, of course. You wanted to ask something, Mike?
Be shy.
so why did you choose 300px on the? Is that the height of the chat container?
Yeah, it's the height of the container, just to show that there is this like bounding box we're gonna put the charts in. So since we are, just as a representation, right? So here is, I just put it here, so we need to fill up with charts, with some interactivity later.
Oh, nice.
Just to show it, to have something on the screen, basically.
Okay.
Okay. What's happening? Oh, it's so stupid. Just a moment, guys. Just a moment.
Okay. I'm not
okay. Sorry. Yeah, but I don't want to waste time on this.
Okay.
All right. We have the chart. Money raised. Let's look at on mobile. Okay. Let's go down to mobile. So what we do here, actually, if you're watching now, is we always put the mobile styles first, like how it's going to look on mobile, and then we do the desktop because of the limited screen space. So we try to align the elements first on mobile to make it usable, and then we align to we do the rest for desktop, because on desktop we have more space. So it's potentially not going to be an issue on desktop, but potentially it can be an issue on mobile because of the limited real estate of the screen in the device.
Okay.
So how the CSS structured here is that this is always the mobile and this is the desktop, and it goes every like SCSS file it goes like this. First the mobiles, and when you see the first media query, that's gonna be already desktop. So what I wanted to add, the margin top. To money raised. There is a margin top. It's not really picked up. Ah, yeah. All right, so we have a margin here now. We have the chart representation. We have performances. This is something. Let's just refresh for a moment. Okay, this is something we need to fix this. What the fuck? Ah, I know what. Right. So it looks like this on mobile. Performances fits the screen. Start doing. Okay, there's some weirdness happening here. Yeah, that's we can fix that later. Yeah, I will open a ticket later to fix this kind of issue when we have a. So it's still not mobile. So it's basically a tablet layout kind of. You see here the text is weirdly breaking because of now this money raised component, but that's something I can fix later.
Can you organize a pairing session so that we can fix that?
We can fix that tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow, yes.
For instance.
Before.
Because I want to hand over to create for you guys to create a new component, because so far we only updated documentation, and that's I don't want to like leave with that, you know, that I was the only one doing new components, so that's not really it's not really nice. It's not really nice. So on the test.
What do I do?
Okay. All right. All passing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then are you gonna review that?
If you want to, sure.
Am I going to?
Review?
And also review then, of course. Let's wait for the Travis guy. Did you guys open a new ticket for the artist performances and stuff? Okay, we can do that tomorrow for the create tests for artist performance and this kind of stuff.
Okay.
Or if you want to, we can do that today as well.
That is performance?
Yeah, so the new components, basically, we haven't done tests yet because we didn't have the test suit yet.
Yeah. So who's driving?
Who wants to create a new component guide? Oh, I also need to ask Federico what kind of
Still going
charts.
through the course. Not that
Sorry?
I probably know enough to create a component now, but I'm still going through it.
I wanted to volunteer Angie, but she's not set up. So.
Oh, you went through the course then?
No, I'm still going through it.
Ah, okay.
Let's see.
Yeah, then I think it will be nice for you to,
Experience.
Huh? To finish the course?
No, to create this component right now.
But which component?
Short-term goals. Short-term goals.
So many experienced people,
Yeah. So right or left? Oh man.
Yeah.
If you want to pick up a new component, that potential should be the supported causes.
Wow. I told you Dan watches these things on a super speed. He's almost catching up with me.
I'm gonna try and get down to done with the React part today.
Oh, that's
But I don't know. My girlfriend is about to go pick up this little mini keg thing.
Opa.
Fill with these torpedoes of beer.
Oh my
And
god.
it's like four beers per little thing.
Torpedoes. I remember that term from this series, The Last Ship. I think it's a missile where.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like the submarines have torpedoes. Something of the sort.
Opa. Go stay. I'm about to drink a beer myself,
Nice.
Can't believe I lasted this long,
Nice.
I know what I'm doing. I've still got another.
You get that for 5 cents, Dan?
What?
Dan gets some torpedo of beer at 5 cents.
5 cents? Yeah, 5 cents a glass.
Oh, okay.
Although I don't know how accurate that is. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Like beers, there's a bunch of imported beers and beers from California, and it's like draft beer, so it's just
nice. Man, you're making me thirsty.
So that's what I'm doing this afternoon. That and watching React videos.
All right, it's gonna be fun for sure.
Yeah. I'm gonna be doing writing React components and drinking homebrew. That I'm gonna be doing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Have you merged in my component?
So what kind of beers do you brew? Oh, have I?
Well, I'm brewing just I'm brewing Belgians at the moment.
Belgium.
Yeah, like
Delirium.
What's that?
Delirium.
Yeah, like they're kind of like Dubels, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's what I'm getting myself into recently. I have some IPAs still that I haven't finished yet. Like APAs as well.
Mm-hmm.
But right now I'm liking I'm using different yeast, you know, and making some Belgian IPAs and some like kind of like Dubels or like kind of like not blonde ales, but I don't really know that kind of its own little thing.
Yeah. The Belgian blonde beer is really good.
Nice. Yes, I love blondes.
All right.
Okay.
Pull request. All right.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah. Woohoo! Feels like Christmas. And Dan's gonna get a beer.
Yeah. So
Peter, what on this page like really blows you away that like needs to be maintained? The title's nice, no?
Yeah. I'm wondering when someone is here, I think so with projects, it's so like the length of the description is a bit too wide, but that's not like screaming.
Yeah, I was thinking of getting rid of this. Like this is something I was not thinking of bringing over.
Yeah, that's unnecessary to see honestly at first sight. So that's something you might look at, but since you are on the projects page, you can see the projects. So you don't have to see current projects when you are on a project.
Yeah, like this is the projects like where you can see all the projects. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
So I was thinking like maybe trying to maintain some of this, although I don't know how much this is actually used really, you know. But like I was thinking about maybe maintaining these and maybe maintaining this stuff here, like on the right. But like this here is brought in from like GitHub, and I'm not sure like if it's good or not, or I mean, you know. I mean, I guess the easiest thing to do would be to kind of like more or less try to copy this, except for getting rid of like this here.
Yeah. Probably that would be the requirement to not removing functionality, only just copy everything. And
then just waiting for the redesign to happen.
Probably.
Cool. Thanks.
Yeah, I don't know. So if if it's up to me, I would remove it. But then it's then might someone like, oh, but where are the current projects? So
no, I mean, like if I look at the ticket that I'm working on, like I think he wants even less in the MVP.
Okay.
Like,
then why do you bother?
He was saying here, given I'm a user and I'm on the projects page, when I click on the Anvil project, then I enter the Anvil project page where I can see the tracker link, the GitHub repository links, a small description, and the number of GitHub commits. So it's like basically what he's saying that he sees as like a first pass would be like maybe this here, right? The issue tracker, GitHub, a small description like would be this here, and like the number of GitHub commits is here. So it's like basically he's saying this and this small description, but like I think there's got to be more than that, you know. Like I think maybe this member list is kind of nice, maybe, and like this is I you know, I think this is kind of nice. I don't know.
It's up to, so you have a limited time, so it's more of I think like managing the remaining 12 days with the requirements. That's gonna be the game here now.
Yeah. So don't do anything that's gonna take more than like. I mean, I should basically be done with this this ticket by the end of the weekend, for you know. Which
I would. So in this case, when you have such a like limited time frame, I would focus on the really minimum, and then if I still have a few days, then you can build on it. No.
Yeah. Okay. So have a title, have like the picture, the description. Cool. Thanks.
Yeah, that would be my approach. It's just suggestion, of course.
Yeah. Keep it
because I don't know how far you are from the like how like in percentages basically how far you are from the.
Well, yeah, that's a good question. I mean, like outside of what else is left in the MVP is the events page, which is like the events calendar and it's like show page, you know. So which we've kind of done, and it's kind of maybe just copying and pasting. Like we've done the events calendar, and there's like in the old code base, so we could like try to reuse that. Although there are some things that we didn't get worked out 100%, so maybe it'd be good to just start from fresh. So there's that, like the events, like index and show page, and then there's the static pages, and that's kind of it. That I remember. Oh, and there's the Stripe payment stuff, which I'm like I can't work on right now because I'm waiting for the other stuff to get merged in, like, but I think Dax already started on it. It's just a matter of like finishing it.
Okay.
So yeah, it's not so far away, but also, you know, I'm sure we're gonna get stuck on some things that we're not expecting.
Sure. Okay.
So, yeah.
So guys, do you want to?
Yeah, I think Dan is gonna leave now. Yeah.
Dan is gonna drink beer.
Yeah, Dan is gonna.
Okay. I'm also leaving. But I just wanted to, if you want to pick up like last one component, or we should leave then, or I should leave, or then we'll leave. I don't know.
Okay, I can pick one last component.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or ticket, whichever, basically.
Let me share. So yeah. So but the tickets. Oh, here. So this is my idea. 5 scoops, 7 scoops, 7 scoops, 6 scoops. So adding nope. Add trending artist component list. Wow.
That's a bit.
That's scary. That sounds like torpedoes.
No, but that's well, that's now freshly added by Federico because there are some new mockups created by the guy.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot the name.
Yeah.
Him. You can also create those components because you can basically just create a component because we have no place yet to put them.
Or we can create this. This looks like a related artist component for artist container.
That's also fine. Yeah, and also 60 is fine.
Yep. 60 is fine.
60 or 61, it's both.
Yeah, supported courses component for artist container. Supported artist component for artist container. Where am I?
Don't forget to pull down before you jump in.
Okay. Develop.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Good.
It's either 60 or 61. It's up to you which one you want to pick up.
Courses component.
Causes.
Is it? Yeah.
Cause and not course.
How do I spell that? 60. Course. Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Matt is having fun, you know.
Yeah,
What's happened?
Yeah, we just decided to delete the website one. It's done.
Yeah, no. I was my wife's getting a tattoo today.
Oh,
the tattoo artist, the tattooist or tatuadora.
Are you the face on the tattoo?
No. She's getting a jellyfish.
Oh.
And some other things. I don't know exactly what. She's getting like 2 today, I think.
Okay.
So
yeah.
Supported courses.
Stuff.
For you guys, if this might look weird in Brazil, that having a tattoo is like, I don't know, drinking milk.
So, yeah, it's quite common, isn't it?
It's crazy. So compared to how much we have in, I think, in other continents, I think.
Yeah. I mean, it's becoming more and more popular everywhere, isn't it? But,
sure. But the amount in the Brazilians are having, and not big ones, but small ones, but many.
Yeah. She's not getting really big ones today.
So Pete.
Yes. It's gonna be in the artists.
Within artists.
As I remember, yeah.
Is my
artist? No, in artist, not artist. Sorry.
So do I create a directory?
Yes.
So what's the difference between supported courses and courses?
Causes is gonna be the big page for causes. That's gonna be, so for instance, like now we are on artists with an ID 1, and cause is gonna be like / so it's in the URL. So the causes page gonna be consist of all the causes we are supporting.
Okay.
So now for supported causes, basically you are just creating a container of causes, and as I imagine later when we create a cause component, this supported causes container which you are creating right now is gonna pull in the cause elements related to that artist. Like the artist you are watching at right now at that moment, like with the ID. But yeah, at some point we need to talk with Federico, honestly, like how it's gonna play out in the end, because we are creating components, but how the functionality is gonna really work.
You guys want to? It's a simple thing.
Why is this not working?
It's capital, Mike.
Capital S, huh? Yeah, I need my. How do you call it, Matt? Standard?
Yes, standard JS.
Yeah.
Where is this linked to from? This is linked from user, I think. So we have user here, and user has a link to. So I think it's the same, you know. But it's not working.
Yeah, it hits.
I told you we deleted it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I did share my I did share my VS Code with you guys.
Yeah, and you went to have a chat with the tattoo guy.
Project. So this is like, I have a link to here that links to projects / project.slug. And then I have like in my app.js, I have a route. Oh, do I need to do like an exact? Oh, I need to do an exact, don't I? Need to
Probably yes. Yeah.
Yeah, because they're like the same. It's getting confused what I'm trying to do. Then now this should render my other components. Come on. Render my other component.
So I need to have these.
Nice. I tried to render my other component and it failed for some reason.
Ask Mike, what's the question? What's the? Oh yeah, SCSS, yeah.
Oh
yeah. And I've created my first CSS file.
Yes. And the test file as well. Yep.
The test.js?
Yes.
So what goes inside here?
React, but you can copy over. Yeah, you can copy over.
Okay. So okay, maybe I want to type. And then I have it.
You also need to import the component itself. By now, that's why I was like, yeah, when we start using Enzyme, it's gonna be a bit different, but yeah, just import the component.
Yeah, so I remember that should be import supported courses.
Paran. params. Here we go. There we go. Yep. That's right. Yep.
Oh, you were missing the ID, Matt.
I'm doing it by slug.
A component.
Oh.
You know.
Dot crushing.
So like here I do project slug is equal to this.props.match.param slug. And then I do if this.props.project.slug is equal to this.props.project.slug, then set the state. And if not, fetch the profile info. All right, so then get rid of this. Now get rid of that.
So I think now I need to steal.
Yes, you can. I'm not sure. Probably in supported courses, we will have a lot of list items. So we will have like supported course, but that's something we can discuss also later.
Yeah, so maybe I do.
Yeah, duh. Projects equal to this dot state.
Yeah, container. That's
Container.
fine, yeah. Let's use that.
Okay. So
yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
This is gonna work though because
we will need that margin. Yeah.
I need to push up my changes.
So this is where you're using your SCSS variables.
Yes.
Yes.
Get everything.
And then after which we do media queries for.
Yeah, for desktop actually.
Show
desktop.
Okay.
Yeah. Supported courses.
Yeah.
Fetch profile info is not a function. Really? I beg to differ. Fetch profile info. Fetch profile info. Fetch profile info.
Matthew, you see how good I am with this stuff?
Yes. I can see.
Yeah.
You're already. Wow, look at that. Oh, look at the media only. Nice. Actually, I added a media only to this display user info that I put in.
Is it margin R or margin L for this one?
Let's go R.
Oh, look at that.
But you need to.
I need to test it, you know.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
we need to see.
what's even margin R? Nobody even knows what that is.
Margin right.
No, I know, but I mean, like, is that like 20 pixels? Is that like 200 pixels? Like,
so that's the thing. Like there is a system, right? So you have margin XS, S, R is actually the regular, and L is large, XL. Yeah, that one. This is the.
All right.
You see?
Ooh. I should just copy and pasted it into
yeah, sure, do it.
I need to check this out. You told me to check this out. It's like styles utilities, yeah. But then I still need to bring up in the meeting about why we're using less when we're not using less, you know?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, why are you not using less, you know?
Why are we using less when we're not using less?
But that's because of semantic UI, no?
No, I don't think it is because of that. I think it's because I don't know, to be honest.
Okay.
I think it's just like kind of stopped before it actually got finished, you know?
Okay. Mike, don't go there yet because you need to import the CSS file to the main.scss.
Okay.
Yes, that one. And you see there is the components, and under charts.scss, you need to import the supported causes SCSS. Mm-hmm.
Artists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's in the supported causes directory. So it's not directly in the... Mm-hmm. All right.
All right. All right.
And now let's... But wait, you haven't rendered the component yet.
Come on. Why should I render it in the artist main?
Yeah, but that's not that.
Artist.
Yeah. Artist container. Artist Yes. And now you need to import, right?
But
supported. Yeah.
Thank you. Supported courses.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on with my thing?
And just put under money raised.
Yeah. Yippee!
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I need to do my npm start. So I don't know, when I do yarn start, it doesn't work.
Really?
Like yeah.
Okay.
So I normally, okay, for running tests, I use yarn. For running the application, I use npm.
Okay, that's strange. But this is not the first strange thing happening in your...
Yeah. So even I think even the it's 8081.
8080 maybe. It's always 8081 on mine because I always have like a Java stuff on 8080.
Java stuff, man. It's
kind of a pain.
Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah, I remember PHP my admin used to take my 8080. 8080.
Yeah. Well, I on my side of things, my deploy is failing because of a lack of RAM on the virtual machine, and then so I'm trying to SSH into the virtual machine so that I can like turn off some apps and give myself some RAM, but like
amazing.
It's because there's no RAM, it's not letting me SSH in either. So what I can do is I can like just use localhost as the endpoint where I do the GET request, but then like I don't have like the real data, so it's like I don't have like image URLs and different things like that, you know. And also like the projects, they don't have enough. What happens on projects that have the default?
Mike, we need to go artists // /1 because we are looking at one particular artist.
Artist one.
Artists. Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, you now see your supported causes in a problematic place, but that's something we can work on tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh my God. Why always me?
Oh, there's room for it.
Yeah, I
At
think
that
it's a
point.
nice challenge. It's a nice challenge.
Okay.
Daniel, how many beers have you had so far?
None.
All right.
Oh,
Now
wow.
let's.
Like I had to set the thing up like so it's
Oh,
it's
okay.
boxed up, so I gotta set it up and then launch a torpedo, or I guess load the torpedo, and then it gets cold and wait for it to get cold, and then I'll launch the torpedo.
Process.
Are you gonna create a hangout?
Huh?
Are you gonna create a hangout?
Yeah. Create a hangout?
Yeah.
Sure.
I want to see this process.
Yeah, you know, I haven't had a beer in like 2 years.
Wow.
What?
Yeah.
Me either. You know?
I'm turning 3. I'm turning 3
years.
beer free.
You're turning what?
3 years old beer free.
You're turning 3 years old. Then what? What? Sorry.
Without beer.
Wow.
2 years without it. Yeah.
Is that because you're drinking whiskey instead, or?
Nothing. Yeah, so you guys make me scratch my head.
Yeah, I make myself scratch my head as well. And I've had like one glass so far. Like they're in bottles, you know, like 600 milliliter bottles. So I've drank like, you know, almost half the bottle, I guess. So
600 milliliters.
Yeah, it's a big one.
it's like what? How many ounces would that be? Like
I don't know, but I'm thinking pints, like it'd be about.
It's 21 ounces. Yeah, 20 ounces.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
All right, guys. I'm leaving, but see you tomorrow.
All right.
All right.
Have a nice evening. Bye bye.
Yeah, I'm doing.
All this talk about beer, Peter's gonna go grab one.
I'm just going to the Heineken. It's local. All right.
Yes.
Oh,
Go.
Okay.
See you tomorrow.
See you.
Agora, o que é isso?